The industry has been lying to you. Everybody wants you to create a picture of an AI model, put it on FanView, post a few reels, and you're gonna make $10,000 a month. Now, that's the biggest bullshit I've ever heard in my life. Most people would create a full AI model and expect to make a ton of money from that. But that way of making money is dead. And anybody trying to tell you it isn't is lying to you for profit. Now, let's get into the real way you make money with an AI model, but running it on OnlyFans. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, and people, before I get started, I just wanted to show you guys that these methods that I've been testing the past 60 days have been working. We have done $1,000 here in subscription, 520 in tips, and then 11,000 in messages. Now, if we switch this to the last 30 days, we will now see this: $4,000 in subscriptions, 2,000 in tips, and $43,000 in messages. And if you haven't already, leave a like on the fucking video. Alright boys, let's get into it. I'm so excited to actually give you guys the actual method and meta to actually run AI models and make it profitable. So this is obviously hybrid, okay? Now before I get into that, you're basically going to be using faceless content So basically, to explain that, you're going to be using faceless real model content to sell on the OnlyFans, but the funnels are AI. And this is the only way you're going to be able to run an AI model going forwards in 2026. Okay, so let's get into the 4-pillar breakdown. Okay, now if you don't know what this is the blueprint. This is my community. You guys can join it. We host a paid community over on Stacked as well. It will be the first line in the description. But yeah, the 4-pillar breakdown. Okay, so number 1, you've got model closing. Now let's get into that, because for model closing, you're going to need to do that to actually get a faceless model. So when you're doing this and running an OF page, right, you've got 2 options, right? You've got a faced model and a faceless model, right? Now, faceless is for you guys that still want to run AI. Even with a face model, you can still run AI stuff, but it really depends, right? Because again, you can get unlimited faceless models, which means unlimited AI models on OnlyFans, but you can only get so many limited faced models that are obviously pretty, where you want to use their faces, right? Number 1, to actually go ahead and get yourself a faced or faceless models, is you need an Instagram page, right? Now this Instagram page, normally you guys probably think, oh, it's going to be for my model, right? No, this Instagram page is for your agency's Instagram. So you guys need to sit there, go back and forth with ChatGPT and come up with a name for your agency, okay? Whatever niche or whatever models you're sort of aiming for, niche it like that, right? If I'm a girl, for example, I would name it something girly, right? Like a sticky management, right? Lipstick management, right? Off the top of my head, okay? And you would theme it like Pinky, have a lipstick logo, things like that, right? But if you want, let's say you're a boy and you want some intricate looking agency, as is called Aura Management, you can look at our page on Instagram. So this is what our agency page looks like, just so you have a bit of context. So you're going to want to basically build a page just like this, right? And it's going to make sense now. So with this page, you're going to use stories, okay, to target South American models, or if you're doing faced models, then models in your area. Because if you're working with real creators where you're going to be showing their face and you're going to be running them on OnlyFans, like a real model, then ideally they need to be in your area or somewhere close, just because you're able to direct, film, and do all these things with content, right? Then what you're going to do is you're going to want to create a success story post on your page, just like this. These are a bunch of success stories of our models. And then what you're going to do is also have some highlights, okay? So just like here, we obviously have some IRL models as well. So we obviously have pictures of you know, when we're having shoot days with the creators and stuff like that. And obviously you want a section for results. Again, if you don't have results, be smart, be very smart. You can realistically, I'm going to give you guys full permission to go into my Discord, and for your agency page, use my results in my Discord. I'm giving you that for free. All right, do that, do with that what you would like. Okay, cool. So once you've got your agency page, you're going to then make a story. Now for us at this point, we was looking for UK creators. Bear in mind, I've been doing this method for a long time. Okay, and with that story, just like this one, the joiner story, you're going to put, are you creating shush content from X location, looking for beautiful girls in X location to take their spice up to the next level and become a household name. So you're not going to specifically say on there, looking for OnlyFans models, da 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 da. You're going to, spice it page, private page, winky emoji, be suggestive, right? And with that story, you're going to boost it. So on Instagram, you can boost a story and you can pay $5 or $10 per day for at least 48 hours. If you do that, you will get loads of leads messaging you on Instagram. All right. These are going to be girls from the countries that you've targeted, right? Now, once you are getting these DMs, you need to be smart because, again, what you're pitching to them is 70-30. 70 to you, 30 to her. Obviously, there's numerous reasons why. Number one is you're bringing the traffic, the fans, you're doing everything, right? And number two, if they are a faceless model, let's say, you're doing it for faceless models, right? Let's say you get a faceless model. You can tell these girls, listen, it's fine. While you're working with me, you can go ahead and make your own OF page, run it with a different agency, do what you want, because all you need from her is just one OF page. She just needs to verify one OF page for you. Now, obviously, she can again go ahead and have multiple other pages because OF allows you to have 3 pages. Okay, so this model, you say to her, listen, this is just extra money that I am putting in your pocket that you wouldn't have had before. Okay, as long as they can film you a bulk amount of content for the vault and all that stuff, then you're good to go. Okay, and again, remember these girls are humans too, so treat them like it. Okay, and remember 70-30 for you for faceless content. If it's a real model, 60-40 or 50-50, depending on how much they can deliver you. Okay, so that is how you're going to find yourself a faced or faceless model. Okay, now let's go on to model generation because I just want to let you know that there is already a video on this. So if you get yourself a faceless model and you're going to be running full AI on OnlyFans, then you need to go ahead and learn how to create some pictures. So I have a full YouTube video on this already where you don't need to be spending hundreds of dollars on credits using all these new things and new generators coming out. You only need Nano Banana and a brain and some prompts, okay? So number 3 is the marketing, and this is the most important one because I'm going to go over now the 3 best funnels that I'm using for my models to generate the results that I generate. Okay, so number 1, let's just talk about Instagram, okay? Because there's a lot of stuff going on with Instagram right now, and AI models, AI pages are getting banned left, right, and center, okay? And there's a way to actually avoid that, right? Number 1 is the actual content you're putting on Instagram is AI, right? Now with Reels, right? Everyone's getting banned, and it's because of their AI detection system, okay? And if you're crazy to think that AI can't detect AI, then you're dumb, right? So the thing with Instagram, it's gonna be a lot harder. You can again still make pages, get a bunch of views, but inevitably it will ask you to verify your face and do this and do that. And there are things out there where you can pay somebody $50 and they will get it verified and get it confirmed. So if you do get the face verification, you can pay someone, they'll sort it out for you and your account won't get disabled. But if you don't want to be paying $50 every couple of days to do that, with no 100% guarantee that it will work, then you're going to have to get a faced model because the content that you're going to be putting on Instagram, if you're an AI model, it will have to be pictures turned into a video and not moving, like still pictures with texts and a theme, right? So you won't be able to be posting these, like AI dance videos for much longer. A lot of people are getting banned and it's not going to work for very long. Sure, you can get some views, right? And you may even last for a couple of days to a week. You might get some subs, but you will inevitably get banned. It's way better spend of your time if you do have a faced model. And again, even a faceless model could potentially make you content. Again, it's going to be a bit harder, but if you have a faced model, a model with that's, can show a face and she's good, then let's break down the funnels that she can do. So let's start up with the setup of the actual Instagram. Okay. So with the setup, you're going to factory reset the iPhone. Now that is the most important thing because if you don't factory reset the iPhone, it will have data on the phone, and when you go on these apps, you guys don't even realize this, but when you click download on an app, you technically agree to their TOS. And in Instagram's TOS, they basically scan your phone. They scan your phone ID, your device data, your iCloud you're on, absolutely everything. So I go into step 2, you're going to set up with a new iCloud. Once you've reset the device, set up with a new iCloud, okay? Number 3, never connect to Wi-Fi. If you connect to Wi-Fi, I'm going to assume on your Wi-Fi, you have family on it, you have your account, your personal account on it, you have all these accounts on it, maybe even accounts that you've tried to run before and got banned on. So if you connect your Wi-Fi with this new fresh account, it's going to link it. It's going to co-link it in Instagram's backend. And if you've been banned before, your account's automatically going to have super low trust score or inevitably get banned. All right. And make sure that you buy a new SIM card as well. So step 4, buy a new SIM card. Always use 4G/5G mobile data. Okay. Now, content types. This is for a real model because when you've got a real model, there's so many content types you can do. And that's why when I said in the ad, if you're going to go for a face model, try and get some in your local area, because if that is possible, you are able to actually direct the videos. So this is one of my models 5, okay? And we are able to basically go to her. She lives not far. We're able to go to her, film content, and again, make a shit ton of videos and a shit ton of money, right? So one type of content type would be the cute videos with music. So this would just be your model dancing, standing still, or running to the camera looking cute. Okay. Then number 2, this might be a little bit hard for some people, but if not, if it isn't, start networking. Figure out some more agencies in the space, maybe agencies in your city or in your country, and message them. Get friends with them, try and collab with them, get models together. Even when models are in a different agency, like all of these models here, except for my model 5, these are all a part of a different agency. You know, Misa, Sasha, Donut, all these girls, they're part of a different agency. But what do? We get them all together because, again, a lot of people in this OFM space are here to compete and here to have beef and drama, right? But the way we see it over here is if we can get everyone happy, collabing, helping each other, everyone's growing, everyone's making money, then like, you know what I mean? It's just so much more sense, right? So obviously all of her followers are gonna see it because look, everyone invites it as a collab post. So this goes on every single one of the models' pages, bringing in tons of new subs to my model's page, right? So just connecting your model with other models, other girls, getting loads of girls in content also does really, really well. And then the third content type is going to be speaking videos. This is obviously important to obviously make sure you're targeting that US audience, okay? You know, if she does speak English, amazing. If not, you can skip that content type out. Now, when it comes to funneling from Instagram, this is where it's really important because this is where your money comes from, because it's cool getting views, getting numbers, but if you're not getting subs, then it's irrelevant, right? So, number 1, we put stories every day. Every reel we post, we share it to our story and we add a link, right? And the link is going to be our link me right here. So this is one of the link me's. We have multiple, and I'll explain the reasons why. But as you can see, we have multiple link me's, which is the funnel conversion. As you can see, if I zoom in here, once the fans click on the link from the story or in the bio, they'll be sent to this little landing page. Now, on this landing page, we normally have the OF page. Now, this has a free trial, okay? So after that, we also have a Telegram, okay? And then we have an Instagram, okay? So this is a backup, this is a Telegram, and then this is her YouTube video because we also run YouTube videos for her as well, okay? So we'll get into that shortly as well. So on Telegram, we run Cupid bot. So when fans skip the OnlyFans and they want to just go message on Telegram, which some do, then Cupid bot, an AI chat bot, will just respond to them, chat to them, send selfies, and then convert them to the OnlyFans. And same thing with the backup. If they go over to the backup and message it, it will do the same thing, right? And then if they decide to obviously just click on the OF, then they'll be taken over to the OF. So there's 3 chances of conversions here, okay? Now, in the second one, we also do a pretty similar gig on some. Again, we like to rotate and change it. Sometimes on some tests, we like to completely remove the Cupid bot and completely remove the backup and just have it super, super simple, right? Do you think you can handle me? Message me free. And again, same sort of thing here. We've just got it strictly OnlyFans, super straight to the point. Because again, the reason is we do so many is because, one, Instagram can obviously sometimes start detecting your funnel, and actually they will start, like, when you click on the link, this won't show, for example, and obviously we need that to show, you know, for people to click on. So it will actually start lowering your views and also remove this little embed on your in bio. So you don't want that to happen. So it's pretty essential that you do have a rotation of 3 to 5. And again, you're always checking. Okay. Number one rule, check every time before you head off. Check the link in your model's bio, follow it through, make sure the funnel is working. Okay. Now, let's talk about how much money you can actually make from Instagram. Now, Instagram, it's great because you can make unlimited money. I know models making 500,000 a month from Instagram. I know models making nothing from Instagram. I know a lot of models that make okay money from Instagram. There's no cap. That's the good thing with Instagram is there's no cap. That's why if you want to short run AI content, you will inevitably get banned. But if you get a faced model and you run faced content, you send a good content plans, good videos to copy, you're going to be onto a bigger winner because the more AI gets big, more AI creators videos going out, the more people are going to crave real attention from a real girl. And it's only going to make our models here that are real make more money. Okay. Now, let's go on to the second funnel, which is OFTV. And again, if you've got a faced model, this is again essential because OFTV, if you don't know what it is, it's OnlyFans version of YouTube. It's a safe for work OnlyFans platform in a way. And the setup of OFTV, just quickly to show you, this is how you get traffic from OFTV. So you post a long form video and the actual OF page, by the way, every time you create an OF page as a fan or a creator, it automatically subscribes and follows OnlyFans. So every single user on OnlyFans will see your post, which is the insane thing. So OnlyFans will actually post and tag you, your page, when you post an OFTV video. That's going to bring loads of fans. So let's break down the method quickly, okay? So let's go up. So first of all, your model is obviously going to have one page already. You're going to tell her to create a second page for the model, okay? And this second page has to be safe for work. No nudes anywhere. Then you're going to want to film your video, edit it, and submit it to OFTV. The important thing with OFTV is that the content and the quality of the content needs to be high, right? You can't have blurs, you can't have glares, you can't have bad audio. You need it to be very good and as professional as possible. OFTV love professionalism. So, number one, another content type would be like random day in the lives or just random daily activities, right? So, if your model has access to things like this, if she's got puppies or if she's got cats or if she can go to the zoo or cat cafes, these are things that she can get someone to film, give her a little lavender mic on her little top and go and film that. Another one, an easy one that they can do from home is try on hauls. So they can do try on hauls and post this on OFTV. This obviously is safe for work and it can obviously show the model's body features. Obviously, doing that, being a little bit suggestive, can obviously lead to a lot of fans. Then, third type is gaming content. Very good. And obviously, like, it's pretty self explanatory why you would do gaming content, right? A lot of men play games and find a game that is most saturated with men. Now, you're thinking, after OF posts you, like, because it's a safer work page, how are you making money? How are you getting traffic? So, OF will post you as I showed you here, right? And once they post you that your safe for work page, for example, here, this is a safe for work page. On this safe for work page, you're going to have in the bio, this is my VIP account. And you're going to send them to your not safe for work page, which will be here. And this page will be paid. This page is obviously free. So all of the fans that come to the free page, you're going to then send over to your main page, right? And obviously your main page is paid. Once they pay for the sub, you then get your chatters on to make a heinous amount of money. And the revenue cap for this, from what I've saw and what I can see, is anywhere from 20 to 70k per month as extra money from just OFTV funnel alone. If you do it right, you'll make a lot of money. All right. If you do it wrong, you won't make much money at all. All right. Now, let's go into the page and backend, the actual OF account setup, because a lot of people get confused about this because I guess it's a talking point, right? So, in terms of the account setup for faceless and faced, same thing you're going to do here. You're going to create the email for the model account. Then you're going to sign up to OnlyFans yourself with that email that you created, right? Then you're going to give her the login details for the OnlyFans account, and she is going to go on OF, click become a creator, and then complete the consumer check, which is the KYC. All right. And then once you've done, you can actually set up the page. So let's go over what an AI model looks like on OnlyFans and what a real faced model should look like. So an AI model is obviously, remember, you're using faceless content that you've sourced from a real model. So you're going to get that real model to take a picture of her body looking cute, and you're going to put that as the profile picture, because still that's a real girl. So people are still going to be like, oh, shit, it's a real girl, right? And then you've got the header. Again, you can see what this model has done here. She's completely blurred her face. She's no face at all, faceless. And again, just a body picture looking hot. And again, in the OF bio, you can take some of these as some examples as what you can put in yours. And then for the faced model, again, profile picture, nice cover, and OF bio. This is what I do for my models. Also, message me treat, you'll get a gift right after jump. Message me. That's what we do for the setup. Okay, so setup is actually way easier than you guys would think. It's literally you create the account, send it to the model, she completes the KYC, and you're good to go. Now let's go on to quickly the Reddit, okay, because I didn't get onto the Reddit. Okay, I just want to quickly go over the Reddit before we go on to the last section. Okay, so the setup of the Reddit is super, super important. Now, I do just want to preface, I have the full in detailed setup, step by step in my Stacked. So if you ain't already, click on the Stacked. Because if you click on the Stacked, you'll make a lot of fucking money. And you'll be part of the paid community where we do calls 2 times every single week. Where you're on a call with me, you can ask me anything. I'll review your models, break down, help you with anything, any questions, all of that stuff. So if you haven't already, click on the Stacked in the description and join the paid community, the no bullshit community. Fuck full AI models. All right, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna want to use an iPhone, non-jailbroken with a USA proxy. You're gonna also want to make sure you've got an aged Reddit account with 2K karma. Then what you're going to want to do for your one model, you're going to want to find 3 broad niches that your model fits into, okay? If she has a big ass, then that's one. If she's got big boobs, then that's another niche. If she's Asian or Latino or whatever, then that's also the third niche, okay? Then once you've got your niches, you want to make a Google sheet and find 30 to 50 subreddits per niche. So you've got 3 niches, you need 30 to 50, okay? Up to 150, maybe even more subreddits. The more, the better. Trust me. So once you've done that, once you've got your niches, search in the subreddits for the most trending posts, right? And you're going to want to basically screen cap them and send it to your model in like a Telegram chat for her to replicate, okay? And if you are using an AI model for this, you would literally just replicate this with the way you make your AI pictures. You can again go and watch the YouTube video that I have on that, and you will understand how to do that. Okay, so then you're going to want to post 20 times per Reddit account. Let's say you're running 3, you're going to want to post in 20 times per day per account. Okay, then every single Reddit account, you're going to want to have a verification picture holding a fan sign, and you're going to want to pin that onto every Reddit page as sort of like a verification for the fans to see and be like, oh, she is real, she's verified it. And again, obviously, join my Stacked if you want the full Reddit breakdown. All right. So, really quickly before we end off the video, obviously the chatting as well. We have a full video on the chatting breakdown here as well, so you guys can go over there and watch it. I just want to say I am so glad to be back and have new source for everybody. I did have, my course and it was doing super, super well, but with the way that the AI space is going and the amount of bans that happen to people and it's going down a bad path. So I don't want to put you guys on a drowning shift. I would rather you use AI to make your models even bigger or make them big. All right. It's the meta. Trust me. Don't skip steps. All right. And that's it for today. If you want to join the Stacked and if you want to join the Discord, it will all be in the description. And I will see you guys in a couple days with another bit of sauce.